The Success System That Never Fails by William Clement Stone. My thoughts and review. Mr. Stone was one of the first real motivators and innovators that we really have in this century. And his book, The Success System That Never Fails, talks about his life story and how he created so much success for himself. Let's get some background on Mr. Stone and his classic book. He grew up very poor. He started as a child selling newspapers, and immediately he had a creative idea that he put into action. All the other children were selling newspapers on the street for limited success. He actually went into the cafes and sold them there. At first, the owners ran him out, but then the owners realized that people wanted to read the newspaper in the morning in the cafe, and he was able to kind of make a partnership with them, and that got him started on some success. Later on, he'll sell insurance, and while he's selling insurance, he will teach himself and learn how to completely revolutionize the insurance selling process, and he will sell millions and millions of dollars of insurance. He constantly was investing in himself, studying other motivational speakers, reading books, things like that. He constantly learned, and he always applied. And throughout his life, he continued to get better and better, gain more and more success, and eventually, of course, he'll become an author and a motivator as well. Sales represents a unbelievable, unlimited opportunity if you're a good salesman. And Mr. Stone soon realized that as he got into the newspaper business as a child and then eventually as a insurance salesman. He had to separate himself. How did he do that? He showed up with positive mental attitude every single day. He was positive. You can even see it when you hear his voice in his old speeches and him reading his own book. He has such an engaging, positive personality that he trained himself to have. People wanted to be around him. People wanted to listen to his pitches. He learned how to take people's time instead of asking for it. When he starts his pitch, he doesn't say, "May I have a moment of your time?" He goes right into the pitch. And he always, when he was selling things, he used positive affirmations. He tried to get people to agree with what he was saying. So just for example, if you're selling watches, isn't this watch just wonderful? Look at the incredible craftsmanship. Look how well it's put together. Look at the hand dial. Look at the stones, etc. So he tries to really sell things by using positive information, get people agreeing, get people feeling good about what they're purchasing, and the value of what they're getting. Many times in his life, Mr. Stone had great fears. Being in sales, every pitch is a fear of rejection. But he says, take action anyway. You become more comfortable with fear. You become more confident. Take the right action through fear. A key to his success was developing a system. He was constantly analyzing what worked and what didn't. He took written notes each day of what was working and what didn't. And from there, in hundreds of interactions in sales, he realized what was working and what wasn't, the patterns, and you can use a systematic approach to anything you're doing. The key is careful notes and careful analysis. What's working, what is failing, how can we adjust and lean on to things that are working. Time, he said, is very, very valuable. It's important that you get your good sleep, you get your good rest, you get some thinking time, but as you come up with new ideas, follow through with great action. He highly suggests that you do one task at a time with full attention. He said that is the most efficient way to use your time. And he knew the value of time and how he could separate himself by what he was using his time. Another way that he separated himself was a positive mental attitude. He always looked for the positive. He realized that every obstacle along the way, he was planting a greater seed for future success. He was constantly learning and growing from mistakes, from others, etc. And he always brought a good attitude to those around him. By delivering that value, delivering who he was, people wanted to interact with him. People wanted to buy things from him. In summary, the success system that never fails is based on really some basic premises. The basic idea is have a positive mental attitude, develop a positive system, analyze, don't let fear stop you, and that the sky's really the limit if you'll do those things. I hope this was helpful. I highly recommend the book for much more detail, and I suggest checking out Mr. Stone's book and other books like it.